This is Sybert signing into Kane's Wrath. But on this town, Six City, USA, I am not alone. Say hello.
Hey! GGMachine here from the General's Gentleman. Little overdue with this co-cast, but about 4 years later, we made it work. Keen
Eventually.
to be here with my man Sybert.
We've been talking about this for years, but in the top left-hand corner, playing as the Cyan Scrin, this is Futurama.
In the bottom right, playing as GDI, it is Drive.
So we're back on the map Six City, which I have literally only seen one game on, and I think it lasted like 12 minutes. So I'm excited to see how this map plays out over a bit of a longer game. It's definitely an unusual map compared to most Kane's Wrath maps.
Tiberium Spike is being capped for our screen player, Futurama. No, the Tiberium Spike also captured for Drive as well. Looks like they're pretty safe. Tiberium Spikes would be kind of hard to prevent those caps.
Yeah, I know Drive built an extra engineer. I don't know where he ended up sending it. Oh, actually, there were two tib spikes. I didn't realize there was one in the back as well.
So what makes it unusual? Is it the distance of the expansion?
The general... So part of it is the distance, and you expand towards your opponent in this kind of weird way, and then you... I don't know about the actual rush distance, but it feels very close. So maybe there's like some map stat that says this is actually a normal rush distance, but it feels very close. And then it's very flat in between, but it also has these buildings. So it's just a number of unusual features. It's less, I guess, terrainy. Like most of the time there isn't, a city or like a village in between them.
Yeah, and there's a crazy choke point on the edges of the map where you could sneak a flame tank through, but not much more.
Yeah, you definitely can potentially send out APC engineers, flame tanks, anything like that. In the middle of the map, Drive with his MCV gunning directly for his opponent's expansion, and this does get spotted by Futurama basically immediately.
Yeah, with a buzzer. So let's see if there's anything to prevent this. 4 harvesters there, so no aggressive units, although he does put down the nerve center.
Yeah, so he goes pretty hard right into eco, and then Futurama, that is, going hard right into eco. Drive going pretty standard eco as well, and now pumping out Predator tanks as the follow-up. Futurama with a little bit more of a normal drone ship placement towards the natural expansion there.
Well, but he's put the MCV down in the middle of the map, putting a barracks down, so not gunning it all the way to the expansion. I think he's worried that he was scouted.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna make a stand there. It drops an armory as well, which is curious to see this early, but I guess he's going really aggressive with the infantry. And first couple of gunwalkers starting to pop on out, as well as the dev tank from Futurama.
Oh, the drone ship taking some damage from these missiles. Puts it down. We're going to have a Red Alert remaster style defensive popping on top of each other.
Yeah, you got those base defenses directly on top of each other, although Drive pops up his MCV, backs it away from the front line. He's immediately going to be retreating away from the aggressive units of Futurama.
Wow, the Buzzer Hive able to clear garrisons makes it very easy for the Scrin to fight in these urban settings. Full retreat is being sounded for Drive, but now he's going to lose his power and maybe his armory. He will complete some upgrade, though.
Yeah, I guess he's getting composite armor, or I guess maybe he could be getting EMP grenades, but probably composite armor as it finishes up there. He's also called in reinforcements as well, and I'm trying to remember who Masterleaf played on this map, and he MCV rushed him. It might have actually been Drive, which means getting MCV rushed by his opponent on this map is par for the course for Drive.
Okay, the drone platform is being focused down. There's a lot of damage on these tanks and the missiles. Devourer tanks trying to defend this one, but it is getting low. Nope, retreat's being sounded.
So many infantry and missile squads, the buzzers being a perfect defense for this and buying so much time for Futurama, dropping a third buzzer hive on the front line and using the power plants to block the infantry shots.
Nice. More missile troops are being built. So far, it's only the Devourer tanks relying entirely on the buzzer swarms for anti-infantry.
Yeah, he's spreading this battle out in such a weird way. Every time Drive switches angle to try and get a better shot at the drone ship, another Buzzer Hive drops down. Additional Warp Sphere getting dropped on the front line as well for those repairs in production.
This game's getting pretty nuts, and the Tiberium fields in the base are getting low.
Yeah, so neither one of these guys with a natural expansion. They're about to run out of cash in just a couple of moments. Drive getting pushed even further back. What watchtowers and defenses he had on the front line have now been shut down. Even a power plant going down extremely aggressively by Futurama.
That's 5 Buzzer Swarms in a tiny little area. We are seeing Drive go for his expansion, so he's going to win out in economy if this drags out.
This is so many dev tanks that I don't know if Futurama can manage to clinch the infantry, then he could kill Drive directly. But you're right. If Drive can... Well, never mind. He packs up his MCV. But if Drive can draw this out a little longer, his economy would power through.
Sells off all of the Buzzer Swarms. No, putting more down and a forward portal. This is going to be the engagement that matters. Oh, he calls a Buzzer Swarm as well, getting a lot of damage on these missile squads. So many of them go down. GG's called. The Harvester guns, not enough to keep those missile squads safe.
He called
Good try,
3
though.
Harvesters up to the front line at the last moment. Unfortunately, Drive, a.k.a. the guest, unable to clinch that one. And Callum, I think we're going to be heading into another game.
Yeah, 6 minutes, but with the live games, you just don't know what to expect. And that was an exciting 6 minutes.
All right, so we'll catch you on the other side. And now we're on a new map, a map that I have not seen, that I forgot the name of. Down here in the bottom left-hand corner as the Cyan Traveler 59, this is Futurama.
In the top right, playing the GDI, it is Drive.
Classic matchup. Looks like we got 1 Tib Spike per side on this map, and that is, I think, it for capturable structures.
Yeah, I am quite fond of playing the game called Spot the Tech Buildings. This time around, it's a pretty short-lived game, however.
Yeah, normally, you know, it's nice when you get to hunt, and it's like, oh, there's a bunker that you thought was a tech building, because they all look the same on the minimap, and you're like, is it a Tib? No, it's a bunker. This is America's real pastime, is playing Spot the Tech structure. By the way, all of these games, these guys have been playing random, so the opening scouting is very important. Getting caught with the buzzers by the riflemen is always nice, and that buzzer squad getting the kill on like 2 or 3 riflemen squad over on the right side of the map.
Oh, so it shows random... It shows the factions to the spectators, but not the players.
Correct.
Oh, that's cool. Because I hate doing that, being like, playing as the something GDI.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what GDI he is yet. We have Drive.
And the other nice thing is Futurama is at least always playing as Cyan, so they're not randomly switching colors. Which, how do you,
have like a
how do
little
you say the
scoreboard
color?
that you have to edit? I say like aqua.
Okay. Aqua.
And then, but then I'm pretty sure it's wrong because I don't know. I get really self-conscious about how I describe this color because it's like what you could say: cyan, aqua, teal. There's 3 that you could use, right?
Right. So I always go with like, you know, the RGB, like the light spectrum, but then the opposites of those are cyan, magenta, and yellow. So that's how I always go with it, just because like I was familiar with those terms from something else. Anyways, things are looking pretty standard so far on both sides. And of course, Traveler 59 versus GDI feels like a very quintessential 2014 kind of a matchup. Back then, along with Black Hand, these were definitely the 2 heavy-hitting factions, but some people didn't like being stuck with Black Hand, and so they would play GDI as a alternative to kill Traveler 59.
Pretty chill game so far.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Everyone's just relaxing.
Everyone just taking it easy in these
Having a nap.
times. They've got a macro where they just hit 1 key and it builds like their first 5 harvesters and their 2 refineries just automatically, and then they wake up for the expansion.
A good scout here from Futurama. He sees there is 5 harvesters. And also an expansion gets deployed as well. And that's also scouted by more seekers, clearing out some mines.
Yeah, a couple of Seeker tanks going to be coming up. The mine trap was attempted there by Drive, but to no avail. And once again, pretty much right out of the gate, it's just more harvesters. We do have a backup portal being dropped by Futurama, which means Stasis Chamber could be coming up next.
Well, these 3 Seekers could get some damage done. They're trying to hunt down these APCs, but now they've turned to engage the Harvester. This expansion doesn't have a war factory, so there's no repairs, but there's just so many machine guns weakening these tanks.
And the best part about it for Futurama is he doesn't have to really kill anything right here. Back home, he's got the Stasis Chamber, he's got fast legs, and he's got Descents on the way. So these Seeker tanks could just be trying to soften things up for the Descent kill.
Oh, he loads up Riflemen inside of these APCs, so even more damage against those Disintegrators.
Yeah, a little extra DPS. In the middle of the map, the march of the 2 units trying to kill each other. Oh, in beautiful harmony! They eliminate each other.
Oh, airfield's being built. Drive going for Orcas, I would assume.
Or maybe Hammerheads. He's got AP ammo on the way.
Yeah, he must have scouted the Disintegrators. Okay, that'll be useful.
Yeah. It looks like he may have canceled whatever he has. I think Futurama got a little strapped for cash. He built like only 2 or 3 Descent squads, and then he stopped. And so he's got like 3 out on the right side of the map, but then he's also got 3 back home.
Canceling that Hammerhead could be his doom. 3 Disintegrators are on the field. There's some pretty good defenses here, though. Or even mines are detonating.
Yeah, catching them off with the mines, and the Descents do some nice DPS versus that Harvester, but not enough to actually kill it. So unless Descents are swinging back through in another couple of minutes, that's totally fine for Drive. Drive scans the natural expansion of Futurama, and he sees what's going on.
Yeah, more Disintegrators on the way.
Oh, into Firehawks.
Whoa.
He bombs the nerve center out of existence, takes the portal down as well, so that resets the tech of Futurama, stopping him from going tier 3. Double airfield from Drive.
And there's already AP ammo on the field, so these Disintegrators are going to have a hard time getting any damage.
Yeah. Drive playing this out. This is like turned into such a weird game. Traveler 59 going for a Stasis Chamber at that particular time, I don't see very often, so that maybe could have worked, but it's turned almost into a disaster for Futurama. He's trying to salvage it with this attack in the main.
A lot of Gunwalkers here trying to focus down these Firehawks. They jump away.
They get the gravity stabilizer, the Stasis Chamber, and a power plant back home. It's not enough to stop the anti-air from going down, but back in Drive's main base, his Sonic Shatterer and his APCs are trying to hold off these Gunwalkers.
Oh, they are getting focused down. Firehawks note once again, jump in the stratosphere. Storm Riders also on the field for even more mobile anti-air.
Yeah, Futurama putting a lot into this attack. The Storm Riders pulling around to the right side. Just as the Descents rush in, they get one Harvester snapping it up. A second Harvester goes down. The mines narrowly saving it almost, but they get the kill on 2 of those Harvesters. Great moves there by Futurama.
Still Gunwalkers in the main base of Drive, but all he's really found is a Predator tank, some APCs. He's trying to find the Firehawks, but they're too elusive.
They keep getting run away, now in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, staying far away and safe. Reclamator Hub gets dropped by Drive as well.
Gunwalker's turning to engage a Harvester. It takes so long to kill it, and it can just drive away.
He's literally just
looks like pretty failed.
He's literally just driving the Harvester away in the most casual manner from those Gunwalkers. Oh, one Gunwalker was survived over by the airfield. He was just hanging out. Futurama, he has bought himself enough time to get the tier 3 up and running. He's getting, I guess, shard launchers as the upgrade. Warp Chasm coming down as well. And by the way, the tier 3 has been spotted by Drive. He's called in an Orca Strike on it.
Oh, there's the Marv. Yeah, that is an interesting thing to bear in mind, is these Gunwalkers are quite cheap. So even though it looked like he lost a lot of units, it wasn't that much of a commitment.
Yeah. I guess maybe he got Traveler engines? No, okay, he did get shard launchers for the plasma missile battery. I always forget Reaper 17 has the Shard Walkers, and the Gun Walkers don't get that upgrade. But Plasma Missile Battery is going to be protecting against those Firehawks, and Drive showing up in force. I don't know if he's going to have enough because the Eradicator
Firehawks
is
coming in. Bombs are dropped. It does cancel the production.
He gets the cancel on the Eradicator Hexapod, and now he's just going to retreat away. The damage has been done.
This must be a frustrating game for Futurama. Constantly dealing with these Firehawks, delaying his tech, delaying his production. All he has is Gunwalkers. He was kind of relying on that Hexapod.
He was hoping to get it out and actually make a difference with it. But in this case, his third field is being harvested by Drive. Drive also has Firehawks just waiting and watching in the south, looking for an opportunity.
This push from Drive is not done. He's still focusing down a refinery.
Area Mind Control captures 2 APCs and a Predator tank. Temporal Wormhole going to be slowing them down as well as the Firehawks come in for another bombing run. Tier 3 gets nuked, and then once again the Eradicator Hexapod gets canceled. Futurama has been defeated. An unstopping assault once it got started by Drive.
Brutal. He could at least sell buildings when he sees the Firehawks bombs coming, but just lost too much to those Firehawks. His Gunwalkers didn't do anything. They just were able to get picked off easily by the Shatterers in the APCs. So GG, well played. Hello, welcome back. Today we have more CNC3, continuing the codecast with Sybert.
Whole intro just completely done there. In the north, I didn't check the factions, but as some kind of GDI, as the Cyan Steel Talons, this is Futurama.
In the bottom, as the orange Reaper 17, it is Drive.
Alright, Callum, how do you say the name of this map?
Atacama.
Atacama
I was focusing
Road.
so hard on how to pronounce Atacama, I forgot what the second word was. So,
Road.
Atacama Road.
Yep.
I'm glad you had that one covered.
But between the two of us, we each remember one word from everything that
Yes.
happens in the pregame, and then, you know, we can put it back together piece by piece.
So if we cast a map that's 3 words, we
can't do it.
need Blake. Yeah, we need someone else.
Just have to get someone else. Steel Talons versus Reaper 17, and this map, it's got like a very close feeling natural expansion. Kind of reminds me of Tournament Highlands, how close the natural expansion is. But then it's a bit of a drive for your third field.
Yeah, it would be good for the Harvester because quite likely the combat is going to be happening on those third regions.
Yeah, once again...
Also, it has some extremely safe tib spikes.
Yeah, 2 tib spikes, quite safe and quite easy to capture, even one of them with a garrison wall structure next to it, just for extra security if you need that. But yeah, right, very close to your spawn. And having those 2 tib spikes very safe, well, in this case it hasn't actually affected their builds at all. No one's going for anything rushy or risky.
Rushy or risky. I like the alliteration.
The 2 things that you can do that aren't standard. So MCV's on the move from both players. Futurama, he is heading directly south. And Drive, he's heading in a much more normal direction for a natural expansion.
Now, the advantage of expanding to the center of the map is it means that your Tiberium spikes are covered.
Yeah, it does give you that advantage. I wonder if he's going to just set up next to this third field and then take his kind of back base a little bit later on, or if he's just going to try and base push his opponent because he's Steel Talons and he wants to get this over with quickly.
We are seeing Drive get the long-distance mine on the blue tib, also escorting his Harvester with a couple of tanks, and he may find this MCV. Yep, he's seen it.
It's out in the open. He gets a shot off as it deploys, and now the rush, the base push has been spotted.
It is being focused down, gun turrets deployed to defend it, heavily outnumbered. Nothing nearby to defend this. We see Titans now on the move. They're very slow, but deadly against those Seekers.
Yeah, and for now, Drive has pushed back the Seekers and the Shard Walker. Unfortunately, his Harvester is going to walk right past... Well, actually, no, the Watchtower gets sold off, so that's okay. He should be able to escape with his blue Tiberium.
Seekers going for a counter-attack on the main base. There is, however, already 2 Titans in position.
They're ready. They're guarding the Harvesters. The Seekers and the Shardwalker not even going to try. They're just going to simply back up. And the Titans now in the south moving forward, guarding the MCV as it also advances.
Now, do the Titans go for the drone platform or do they go for the Harvesters?
I assumed they were going to go
for the drone platform.
Yeah, I assumed they were going to go for the Harvesters, but yeah, they've turned, and they're just going to be targeting nothing currently.
The drone platform can just fly away. Still, you should be shooting at it. This does mean, however, they're both on one base economy. Oh, and an airfield.
And Tier 3 has gone up as well, so it's going to be straight into Tier 3 for Drive. There's the engineer.
Oh, the engineer! Look at this, he's capping the drone platform. Does he get it? He sells it off, but down goes the storm column.
That's going to be the main point of the defense. Dev Tank fully charged and on the front line, going to be able to chew through those Titans easy enough, but can he stop the never-ending onslaught?
They tried to focus down the storm column, but it survives. MCV is going to have to run away, but doing so, being chased by all these tanks could be devastating.
There's almost no way he would escape. 4 more Titans showing up as the reinforcements, strengthening the front line significantly as the first Storm Rider emerges.
Barracks are the anti-air of choice here. Missile Squad's going to shoot those down, still spamming the Titans. He has been able to secure this position for now. Storm Column is being focused down, and these Seekers are all quite wounded, but Annihilator Tripod on the field, or rather a Reaper Tripod.
Stepping onto the front line as the Storm Column gets extinguished, and for now, Drive is going to have to pull back. He's going to have to mount a motley defense against this aggression from Futurama.
Futurama can go for a refinery if he wants to. He doesn't have to all in this. Whereas Futurama, however, is stuck. He can't expand at all. There's no MCV. He can't even build base defenses.
Yeah, Drive in a difficult situation. He's doing what he can with Storm Riders back in the main base of Futurama, and a phase on the front line as this Reaper Tripod is going for the crush.
One Titan goes down. The other ones, what do? Trying to focus the second Reaper Tripod, crushing the infantry. Oh, getting the EMP. Can he not crush the Titans?
I guess not. I couldn't actually remember if tripods could crush Titans, but they can EMP them, allowing the kind of divide and conquer nature of the tripods to take hold. And Futurama in a difficult situation.
This MCV is looking very dead to me.
And that's it.
Shardwalkers can pick off the infantry. There's the GG.
Gets called, and Futurama has been defeated. I actually haven't been paying attention to who's winning the map score. I know these guys were playing a bunch of games before we hopped on, but it's feeling pretty even right now.
Yeah, they've all been rather short games.
Fast and furious is what we like to say. Which takes us to Tournament Dustbowl No Poker. Up in the north as the Cyan Marked of Kane, this is Futurama.
In the bottom, playing as the Traveler 59, it is Drive. Now, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm pretty sure they had to change Tournament Dustbowl because... Oops. Because the EU passed some legislation about underage gambling. And having the double central tip spikes, a little bit too much RNG with the engineer caps. Do you spam Rifleman? Do you go quick APC? Whatever it is, a lot of luck involved.
Exactly, and when you're already playing random v random, they would have had to change the rating of the game from teen to adults only to keep their gambling in the game. So, the community providing a solution to a gambling problem that has stricken the youth of the world. All those loot boxes.
They may have to finally balance 0 hour, because otherwise there's a fair bit of gambling involved.
I think
that random button.
I think someone can make another version of Tournament Desert and call it like Tournament Desert, no cars, no bikes, no oils, no wind.
I'm sure it already exists. There's so many Tournament Desert versions. And there's not just Tournament Desert, there's like Tournament Snow, Tournament Grass.
Which is Tournament Desert,
insert
just
other biome.
Differently.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, we do have a lot of disintegrators with the speedy legs. Buggy has found it.
And they don't quite manage to jump on the buggy fast enough, so the buggy manages to escape for just a moment longer. Now keep in mind, this is going to be Mach, so he doesn't have the same infantry options as, say, Black Hand.
Oop, buggy goes down. Now there's a bunch of bikes. They're pretty useless. They might want to go for a counterattack.
Yeah, for now he's just keeping them around, I guess, just to watch in case they want to write home about the horrors that they're about to watch. The Harvester does get pulled off of the front line. The other one was able to dock and unload all of its Tiberium. A bike gets caught, immediately destroyed.
This push has been thwarted. Disintegrators are pulling back and going back home. Now, the fact that there was some early bikes means that the economy is actually pretty even. We see 3 Harvesters here for Drive. However, he only has 1 refinery.
Yeah, he's gonna, once he unpacks his MCV, he's gonna want to...
Oh! Sick EMP.
Yeah, once Drive gets stuff underway, he's got these bikes to worry about, but he's gonna want to up that ratio a little bit. Futurama, on the other hand, needs to unpack his MCV as he walks over to his natural expansion. He's going to be feeling okay.
Yep, going straight for an expansion. The Harvester count is still the same. Only 3 Harvesters for Futurama.
Yeah. He's got a couple of descents still running around the map, or Drive does, rather. He's got a couple of descents running around the map, causing potential problems for Futurama. So Futurama sending units in every direction trying to remedy that.
All the disintegrators have been cleaned up by these buggies.
Finally gets
them out. So the
out.
map vision's not going to be there.
Yep. Drive now moving his MCV over to his natural expansion, going to be getting that up and running, and he has fixed his ratios. He has gotten into a more normal macro situation for this stage of the game. 1 more descent squad heading out onto the left side of the map, but I think it might get caught by this buggy.
And the 1 awakened takes out the whole squad with the help of that buggy, though. But yeah, this game has actually stabilized. I thought we were going to see another quick and fast... What did you say? Rushy and risky?
Yes. No, things have, after the rushy beginning, things have stabilized and we're looking pretty normal. And as I say that, a portal gets dropped in the back. It's not an expansion at all. It's just dropping another portal, and more descents are being pumped out as Drive calls the attack and everything starts heading towards the top left-hand corner of the map.
There are Seeker tanks mixed in to take out those buggies, so they could be more successful this time around. The power plant is being focused down, and there were shredder turrets, but they were all sold off.
Yeah, so Drive may, as you said, have more luck in this moment. His army is very spread out, though, so his forces are not all arriving at once, and he's kind of sounded the alarm for Futurama.
Okay, there's the shredder turret. Scorpion tanks have been built now to take out these Seeker tanks. Down goes 1 Harvester. Does he go for the turrets, the shredders? No, goes for another Harvester. That's going to be 2 Harvesters going down.
He barely gets it as the Seekers turn around. Nice EMP locks down 2 of the Seekers as the Scorpion tanks deal with the others. This attack has been shut down, but at the cost of the Harvesters for an already somewhat slow, though not terribly slow economy. Since the natural expansion is up, I think maybe Futurama will be okay. Drive isn't really letting up on the gas, though.
Operations Center for Futurama. Looking for the Dozer Blade upgrade, so Scorpion Spam could be the name of the game.
He's still pumping out more Raider buggies, which, as you mentioned, he should be transitioning into the Scorps, especially with those Dozer Blades. Although, up in the top right-hand corner, descents taking down that Tib Spike, while more descents on the left side of the map are going to be going for those fresh Harvesters.
The Tib Spike stands, however, the buggies cleaned the push up. Disintegrators have found several Scorpions in the center of the map.
Weirdness exploding all over. In the middle of the map, the Scorpions are eviscerated, but on the left side, the buggies hold strong against the descents and target down the 1 Seeker that was sent along with them. Even in the middle of the map, an Awakened squad getting kicked out of that building as the descents continue to march on forward. Drive not wanting to let up. He has transitioned onto his natural expansion. He's got his tier 3 as well, so he is following this up with tech.
Tech Lab for Futurama going for the charged particle beams, or rather the supercharged particle beams.
They're super.
Not to mistake for particle beams.
Yeah, they're not just the regular particle beams. Double War Factory down for Drive, so he's not going straight for the Eradicator Hexapod. Instead, going for Mechapedes.
Whoa, there's so many buggies. Oh, good stasis or phase field on those Scorpions. Slows them down. Allows the Mechapedes to take out these buggies.
Yeah, well,
oh, big missile.
Tib Catalyst missile dropped on one refinery. Of course, it doesn't kill the harvesters, not anymore. And the other refinery was far enough away. But this is going to slow down the economy a little bit here. Not terribly, though, for Drive.
This is a massive army. Mechapedes, Seekers, Disintegrators. Meanwhile, Futurama has been investing in quite a fair bit of tech. He's even got the Tiberium chemical plant. He's got the charged particle beam. So his army's going to be a fraction of the size.
Yeah, he's going to have to pull off some miracle defense here. He's got a couple of avatars, which he can be using for the defense, but it looks like the Shard Launcher upgrade has been purchased, which means these Seekers now have the Shard upgrade. These Descents, I don't know where these guys are going. They may just be walking into their doom.
Supercharged particle beams showing their superness, but Mechapedes in the base, taking out the power, take out the war factory. They have a pretty good angle here. Seeker tanks, however, getting denied by the Avatar.
Having to back off, but these Mechapedes, they can't decide what they want to shoot. They were targeting power plants, and then they switched to the buggies. Now they're going to be trying to get this Avatar and take it down. That many Shard Mechas actually can kill an Avatar. As a Tib Vapor Bomb gets dropped on top of them, it doesn't kill them. 3 of them escape. They're desperately trying to be gunned down by Futurama.
It got so many of the body segments, but didn't get many heads. Redeemer Engineering Bay trying to get the Redeemer down, but it is getting focused very quickly. Can he repair it? There's a hand of nod there for an engineer, but it's being denied by the tanks. Mechapedes are doing so much damage, it's gonna fall.
He gets the kill on it, and now the entire attack will be pretty much cleaned up. The Seeker tanks all fall. Their work has been done, but the Mechapedes are surviving. The turrets are just taking out the segments and not actually killing the heads. So for now, all 3 of them are surviving into the late stages of this attack, joined now by 2 more Mechapedes.
Airfield has been built for Futurama. He has the supercharged particle beam, so those Venoms will be super.
They will be charged, and they will have particle beams. Drone ship over at the 3rd field location. Magnetic Mines capturing finally
nice.
2 Mechapedes. He gets the kills on 2 of those Mechapedes. I think those are the first actual Mechapede kills for Futurama. He's just going for a mass network of Shredder turrets, though.
Now, they're not done just yet. Venom in the sky. Double Avatar here. Is this an overcommitment for the Mechapedes?
Oh.
Sick EMP.
Locks down 2 of those Mechapedes. Or maybe 3? What is this? One Mechapede has just segments hanging way behind.
It is a Megapede. 3 of them have combined. It's like the Avatar ability. You can pick up a Mechapede and transform it into the one.
I've never seen a Mechapede. The body segments get that separated from the head of the Mechapede before. I didn't even know that was possible. Venom swinging in to harass the Harvesters on the right side of the map.
Avatar's on the left side, looking for a 2-pronged attack. Venoms weren't able to get any kills, however.
No, and the Mechapedes are trying to head
Tech Lab.
Oh, the Mechapedes in the north get turned around. Those Avatars are a little bit too strong for them to contend with.
No sign of the Redeemer just yet. Tiberium is going to be an issue for Futurama. He doesn't have a 3rd expansion, and he's...
Oh!
Whoa!
All those Venoms
Goodbye,
going
Venoms.
down. Huge blast there by the plasma missile battery. The stacking was just too much.
Yeah, expansion now for Futurama. His army consists of Avatars and Awakened. No Venoms.
Nope, not anymore. After they all get cleaned up there. He drops his 1st refinery over on his 3rd field. He's starting to make up for the lost time.
Both of these tip spikes still expand. The Mechapedes could definitely get the snipe on the top right tip spike.
Oh yeah, that would be a good target for them to clean up. Easy kill. Now up in the middle.
Futurama's army spread out.
Yeah, Futurama is like so separated. Oh, Drive. Don't DC Drive.
No. No. This game's getting pretty close.
Mwah, 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 mwah. And we are now on Tournament Desert. I almost said Tiberium Dawn. On Tournament Desert, no poker in the north as the red Black Hand. This is Drive.
Playing at the bottom of Tournament Rift, isn't it? It's not Tournament Desert.
Dustbowl. Dustbowl. Did I say
Dustbowl.
desert?
Yeah, anyway. I knew you were wrong, but I didn't know how you were wrong or why you were wrong. Anyway, that's okay. Zocom is the bottom. He is Aqua, or Cyan, or Teal.
And it's Futurama. More Drive versus Futurama, but it's Black Hand with a fast secret shrine coming out for Drive. Now, Callum, for you and me, we just watched what was shaping up to be a pretty great match on this map. But unfortunately, Drive crashed out of that game, and we did not finish it, and I don't know that I'll include it in my video. I don't know if you'll include it in your video.
Yeah, I think I will. It was a pretty good game.
Okay.
I think it'll be a disappointing ending, but I think there was some really sick engagements there.
So now here's hoping that this is the redemption game, that this game makes up for the crash out of that game.
So there has to be a redeemer to redeem the game.
We have to have a literal redemption. But it's Zocom versus Black Hand, so... you know, potentially a faction that some people consider underpowered, Zocom, definite lack of artillery, versus a somewhat considered overpowered faction, Black Hand.
Well, there is the Black Disciples, a lot of units going to be pushing up. By the way, why do they do this? Why do they force fire? Is it to clump up units?
So I know with Descents, it's to clump up units. I don't know if people care about clumping up rocket squads as much. I guess maybe they do. But, like, Descents explode when you crush them, so most of the time people avoid crushing them. But, like, rocket squads, if they're clumped up, just crush them even easier.
Why is he selling... I guess he wants the riflemen inside the APCs.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. They're like Humvees, but of this game.
Bottom left, we see a Confessor Cabal with one Black Hand taking out the Tiberium Spike. Oh, there's even attack bikes as well to take out the APCs.
He's mixing it up here. Some of these Harvesters may be called on for their defensive capabilities. Right now, they're just taking a lot of shots. And into the tib field they go, but this Rifleman inside of this APC adds so much DPS to killing this army.
Most of the infantry is being cleaned up here. Still has the 3 bikes, but hasn't been able to find any damage.
Yeah, and he calls the retreat, so Drive isn't going to be able to get very much damage with this attack. I think he ended up getting the one APC, but all of the Harvesters got healed up from the War Factory, and Futurama's looking okay.
If the APCs are quick, they could take out the Black Hand squad, or rather the Confessor squad destroying the Spike, but it will go down. It isn't being repaired. And there is another cheeky, sneaky Cabal squad in the main base looking for a power sniper, perhaps. Or just some scouting, I don't know.
Yeah, I would have thought maybe going for a power, but yeah, he gets caught out by the APC and nothing doing. At the last second, he tries to target down the power plant in, like, the most futile effort.
Well, the Spike fell, and the game has stabilized. Economy advantage here for Drive. He has more Harvesters, and he has another refinery. He doesn't, however, have a Spike.
Futurama, you mean? But yeah, Futurama with the with the more stable economy, but Drive, he's already packed up his MCV, he's moved it over to his natural expansion location, and he has dropped his second refinery to kind of even things up. But he put so much cash into that early attack, it feels like he's a bit far behind. I don't know if Futurama is going to be able to capitalize that on kill him, or he's going airfield.
There are still bikes on the field.
Yeah.
They should be able to scout this too. Let's see, the Drive going in for some damage. Yep, he sees the airfield.
Oh, it's double
going
airfield.
Going for the TL2. Or the second one, it looks like it's scouted too.
Huh, so Drive pretty much knows everything that's going on. In the north, we've got ourselves a Black Hand flame tank painted and ready to go. So not going for the expansion refineries is Drive. The scan distance for the flame tank, and the Mantis being built, very deadly anti-air unit. Yeah, vision is really weird in CNC3 because units die, but after they die, they still give you vision for a while. Yeah, you get like, you know, an extra 2 minutes of vision or something for some reason. And some units have like really huge vision radius.
Yeah.
It looks like
MCV is going for the expansion on the left side.
Yeah, dropping that refinery, able to get himself a little bit more set up, and oh, you mean Futurama's MCV? I didn't even realize that. But this flame tank is so close he could turn and go for the kill on the MCV.
It is defended by a Mantis. Let's see. Going down extremely quickly. Hammerheads are going into 1v1 the Mantis. Mantis goes down, unpacks the MCV, and now this flame tank is exposed. Bike's trying to defend this one, but they're blocked by a Predator.
Yeah, so it looks like Futurama has been able to hold off. He packs up his MCV, as you saw, to break the attack lock that the flame tank had, and then he unpacked it basically immediately. The Hammerheads get the kill. This is still 5 Hammerheads out on the field. They've got that ceramic armor, they've got the AP ammo, and I think some of them may even have riflemen inside of them.
There's another flame tank on the right hand, escorted by a Mantis. There's no refineries, however, on the patch, so it's going to be a long dive to go into the main base where the Hammerheads are repairing themselves.
And this has been spotted by Futurama. Will he be able to save the War Factory? The Mantis gets shot so quickly. Oh my god!
Oh, the flame tank was turning. It stopped firing.
I cannot believe how fast riflemen inside of Hammerheads kill Mantises. It's not even close. An anti-air unit just gets eliminated like it's nothing.
3 flame tank Mantises have gone down without getting any damage. There's a 4th one on the left side. Could, however, snipe this refinery.
That may be the only bit of damage that he gets. The Hammerhead's now going to be turning and heading there for the defense. Whoa, this flame tank going to be actually attacking the harvesters for a couple of seconds there. Now it's going for the refinery, but it does get eliminated once again.
No.
The Mantis gets the kill on one of the Hammerheads before it goes down. I think another Hammerhead may have gone down earlier, but still 2 Hammerheads for the price of all of these Mantises and flame tanks.
Tech Lab has been built for Drive. He is getting the Tiberium core missiles. He's really committing to these Mantises. Maybe sending more than one, however, would be more effective. Do they do splash damage? They must do, at least with the tip core missiles.
Yeah, I assume. I actually don't know 100%. I assume that they do, but, like, I haven't checked to make sure of that. Callum, earlier you said that this game wouldn't be complete without a Redeemer, and it looks like Drive may be agreeing with you, as he has got that Redeemer engineering facility. I don't think he's building a Redeemer right out of the gate, but he actually gets a second MCV as well, so he is going to be going for pressure on both sides of the map.
Redeemer is being built. It's almost done too.
Okay,
the main base is littered with SAM turrets. So these Hammerheads are going to give excellent map control for Futurama, but they won't be able to go for a counterattack.
They may be able to pick up this MCV. One Mantis is currently being sent out to guard it, but of course the Hammerheads can overwhelm that pretty easily. They're going to be going for the kill on the MCV with the help of this Predator tank, and they are going to get it denied. That cash down the drain.
Didn't respond, didn't move the MCV back, nor did he pack it up.
Nothing.
Bit of a problem here for Drive. At least he does have this Redeemer, but that's about it. He could even lose his operations center, could lose several harvesters to these Predator tanks.
Yeah, he's going to have to try and respond. A flame tank pops on out, but it gets eliminated before it can go anywhere. A harvester now getting targeted down. Drive is going to have to go into panic mode to deal with this. Mantis is going to be going for the defense here. They catch the Hammerheads in between a SAM turret as well, doing extra damage.
Oh, Hammerhead's taking a lot of damage. We see several of them fall, and they're not done just yet. Mantis going to get a killing blow on
both of them.
3 more.
Oh, man, and now the Predator tank's forced to fight each other because of the Rage Gen. As this attack does get cleaned up, a Purifier steps on out of that War Factory. Over on the left side, the Predator tanks also got beaten back from the MCV as it moves down south for Drive.
Redeemer escorted by a man-spam, a Mantis. This is going to be a deadly push. Mostly Predators is the army here defending this. No more Hammerheads. Nothing for anti-infantry, just these watchgun turrets.
I assume that Futurama was thinking he was going to have those Hammerheads around for a little while longer, so he was just going Predator tanks. But now he's got a bit of a problem with all of these infantry here. The beam cannons creating an even more difficult situation as they outrange everything.
Watchtowers are crumbling. Not enough Predator tanks.
There's just not a whole lot of defense here. Watchtowers are starting to burn through some of those infantry, but it's not enough, and Futurama has been defeated. Yeah, he was going to be able to burn through those infantry, but just, like, nothing to do about the rest of the army. Drive had so much other stuff waiting.
Sick game. I think Drive caught Futurama when he was investing in the expansion, where there was no attempt there after that MCV went down, so he had the funds to just go crazy man spam.
Yeah. One single push down to the south, and it worked. He had his Redeemer out, and, like, just moments before that, he had so little army on the field, but he pulled it out.
Alrighty. Hello, hello. Welcome to more Command & Conquer 3. Once again, reppin' the dual casting with my man Sybert. In the top right, playing as the Steel Talons, we have Futurama.
And in the bottom left, as the Zocom, plain orange, this is Drive. Now, Callum, before this game started, I referred to the Walrus Man to you. So if you look at this bridge in the middle of the map, and then you zoom in on the side, there's a freaky deaky Walrus Man.
On the right side?
On both.
Yeah, that's a nope from me. I veto this one.
You veto the whole map. Yeah, so I don't know.
Walrus Man is just a little too much for me. I'm here to cast some CNC3, and I got more than I bargained for.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely like Nightmare Fuel kind of stuff. But is that an asset that was in the original game, or did someone custom, like, make that or import that just for this map? I don't know, but both answers kind of bother me. Like, if this is an asset in the game, why?
Maybe it was in the original game, and then they overwhelmingly found that all the testers hated it. So they were like, okay, fine, we'll remove it. And then some punk modder was like, hey, I have a cool idea.
Let's include it. So we were chatting before this game got going on Tiki Turmoil that most of the games we've been seeing have had a little risky, rushy, early game aggression stuff going on. But now that we're into the battle of the sub-factions, you know, Steel Talons versus SOCOM, things are looking pretty normal, pretty easy breezy.
Easy breezy, Japanesey.
This is not Red Alert 3, man.
I wish it was Red Alert 3. Can we stop this cast right now and cast some Red Alert 3?
We just crash out, Alt F4, and just go to Red Alert 3.
We have had a couple of crashes.
But, I mean, overall, things have been pretty smooth. Even when we had a couple of extra observers hopping in the game, things have been pretty smooth overall, considering the, like, distances between everybody. I think we're on 3 different continents. Like, 10,000 miles between us.
Brought to you live by the power of the internet. Together, despite our differences, we share the similar fear of the Walrus Man.
The one thing
United
that brings
together.
the world together is the fear of the Walrus Man. Now, expansion's coming up at pretty early timings, although, as I say that, I'm actually realizing that Drive has no refinery and no refinery queued. So, maybe something sneaky from Drive?
Okay, but the real question is, though, why is it a Walrus Man? It just looks like a crazy demon thing.
I don't know, the tusks make me think it's a Walrus Man. Harvester getting targeted down, 4 pit bulls and an APC going for the kill.
They find it.
Yep, get the kill there. And that's 1 heavy harvester down, and I think they're going to cut their losses and just run. Which I think they got away with literally no damage on, by literally no damage, I mean literally some damage, but literally no kills.
Literally some damage. Okay, Titan rolling forwards. It's found... Well, it's going to find some pit bulls. It's going to find a lot of pit bulls.
Big pit bull swell trying to stop that Titan. Did you actually see, did it get the crush on the harvester in the north? I assume it didn't.
No, I didn't see. It got a crush on 2 pit bulls and gunned down some others. So, successful Titan so far. However, his other bro, not so much.
Okay, so the 2 Titans trade out for 2 pit bulls, it looks like. And of course, keep in mind that Drive got the kill on the Harvester. As we saw, the refinery was actually powered down by Drive, so before the Harvester spawned in, he powered it down, which means that Titan had nothing to crush. So a great save there by Drive. Futurama now dropping the Tier 2, getting his AP ammo on the way.
It'd be really cool if the Walrus Man was a tech building and you could capture it and it had the rage generator from the Redeemer.
Or you know how in some of those other strategy games, like if you have overwhelming numbers, the enemy army will become like dismayed, or they'll like run away in fear.
Oh, morale from
Yeah.
like Dawn of War.
Yeah, so if you capture both Walrus Men, your enemy units just attack like only half of the time. I do want to call attention to the fact that Drive has completely harvested his blue Tiberium, and Futurama, on the other hand, has not, so a potential eco advantage, even though the refinery on the natural expansion was later for Drive.
Walker's in the sky. He's going to find the MCV.
Good damage, but not enough to kill. He did unload quite nicely on that MCV right at the edge of the AA range. I know we were complaining about yellow on pipeline problems earlier, but orange on these deserty maps is almost as hard to see.
Yep.
Titan's
That's
going
why
to be...
teal is the best color.
It is.
Very easy to spot no matter what map it is.
Titan's going to be escorting this MCV down to the third base location. There was a foxhole there for Drive, so he is aware of that third base timing. And his response for now is going to be aggression. He dropped the armory, and he's actually going for kind of an infantry swell. He's called in reinforcements. I assume he's going for TIB field suits. And it could just be a big infantry-based attack coming out from Drive.
Whoa, so many hammerheads for Drive. The Pitbull's going to be finding some of the Titans. Obviously not what they want to find. Where are the hammerheads going? They're going for some harvesters. The harvesters are extremely exposed.
No defense at all for Drive, so he's going to lose one harvester, and a second one gets targeted down now. Keep in mind that Drive did get a couple of harvester kills on the other side of the map.
That's 3 harvesters, 4 harvesters, 5 harvesters, the Penta harvest. More hammerheads are being built. Now, Futurama's also sent in some Titans to snipe down the Orcas. They have to pull into the air. Another harvester's going to get crushed by the Titans. The harvesters just aren't being rallied.
They walk right into
crushed.
the Titan.
These Titans aren't done yet either. Meanwhile, where are the hammerheads? The hammerheads are being focused down by a bunch of the missile squads with the armor upgrade. Very successful trades, but the Titans are wrecking havoc. Futurama has done so much damage. I think that's the last harvester. No, there's one more harvester, but that one's also surrounded by Titans.
Oh my gosh, Drive.
GG.
Yep. With the attack on the right side failing, Drive had like no eco and no army. A total shutdown by Futurama.
Just didn't rally those harvesters, just let them all get munched on by the hammerheads.
Yeah, he had no defenses.
Sad to watch.
He had a totally different game plan going on. Drive.
I think he was microing his units during that fight.
Yeah. But that'll wrap it up for Futurama vs. Drive. Thank you all very much for watching. And of course, Callum, we're going to have to do this again in the future.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. We did a lot of games there in the end. So, GG. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming down. If you're watching this on Sybert's channel, then you can check mine out at General's Gentleman. I mainly do 0-hour casts and other RTS games like Company of Heroes, but other CNC games from time to time.
And of course, you don't do it alone. You have got the great Blake, aka Archon Hawk, to help you out, which is always a good time. You guys have great chemistry, and the jokes, they don't stop coming.
Yep, that's true.
That will do it for this video. This is Sybert, signing out.